Welcome to Spainguru. Today we will reveal the mysteries of the Spanish student visa. Noelia Hernandez from Stern Abogados, expert immigration lawyer, will answer the 20 most frequently asked questions. Can you work while you study? What mistakes should you avoid at all costs? What is the path to Spanish nationality? Can I bring family to Spain? When is it possible to switch to a work visa? These questions and many more will be answered in this video. Stay until the end and find out everything you need to come to study in Spain. What exactly is a Spanish student visa and who needs it?
Okay, so a student visa is for people who are coming here and want to study in Spain. They have to be here a student in an authorized center. It has to be full time, so you have to attend classes. Like you have to do it 20 hours per week. It has to be in person. It means you cannot do it remotely. And when you're done, they have to give you your diploma.
What are the basic requirements for applying for this visa?
Okay, that's a great question. As we said before, you can do it through the consulate or you can do it here in Spain, but mostly the required documents are the same. We are going to need criminal records, like the background and the apostille, for the countries that you have been residing for the last 5 years. We are also going to need a medical certificate saying you don't have any kind of disease or illness that can affect the people that are living here. We're also going to need to prove that you have financial means. It means that you can stay here and you have to prove that you have at least 8,000 euros. Well, exactly 8,400 euros, okay? And we are also going to need a full copy of the passport if you are doing it here in Spain, just to prove that you have entered here and that you are in the Spanish. And you have to do it at least 1 month before your legal status here is expired. For example, if you come like a tourist, you have to do it in the 60 days since you have entered here. And also, the most important thing, as you are under a student visa, you will need to prove the enrollment letter for the students that you are going to be doing here.
But sorry, those 90 days start counting, for example, if you enter the Schengen zone, not only Spain, right? So for example, you enter France, you stay there for 1 month, you only have 1 month to apply once you are in Spain.
Exactly, and it's important to know that you have to prove that you're here in Spain. So if you have entered, I know, from the United States to Paris, you have to come to Spain and do what we call declaración de entrada. It's like an entry of, you have to declare to the police that you have entered here, because like you have entered, you have to come to from Schengen country, you will not get your passport stamped. So you will have to go to the police station, so they give you a paper proving that you are here in Spain.
What type of financial proof is required for the application of the Spanish student visa?
So we need to prove through a bank certificate that you own at least 8,400 euros. And if you are coming with some familiar, you have to prove for them the half of that.
So 4,200 euros for each dependent that you bring with you.
Exactly.
Do I need to have an offer from an educational institution before applying for the Spanish student visa?
Yes, you need to have. And why? It is important because you are doing a student visa, so you need to prove that you're going to be here student. So maybe you don't need to start like tomorrow, but you need to have the offer. For example, you enter now in November and you are going to start the course in January, but you need to get the offer and you need to prove to the administration that you already have the offer, even if you are not going to start now.
Can I enter Spain 6 months before my program starts?
No, you cannot do it. If you're going to study here and you want to get your residency permit, what you need to do is enter as maximum 3 months before the studies start.
Can students work while studying in Spain with the Spanish student visa?
So that's an important question. You can do like an internship, so you can work and you have to do it as maximum for 30 hours per week. So you cannot work like full time. You have to do it under an internship, and it has to be related with the studies that you are doing here in Spain. If what you want to do is work like full time, we should switch to another kind of visa, like a work visa.
So, for example, if I am studying Spanish at a language school in Spain, can I work while I do that?
If you're a student languages, what you can do is do an internship that is related to it. For example, you cannot work like I don't know.
In a
Uh,
call center, for example, making phone
what?
calls, sales.
No, you cannot do that. You have to change to a work permit.
As an auxiliar de conversación, could I work as an English teacher at a private school?
Yes, you can do it under the limits that we have been talking. For example, that you don't work more than 30 hours per week.
What is the application process and how long does it typically take?
So if we are applying to our consulate, it's well, the deadline, the legal deadline is 3 months, but they usually resolve sooner. For example, in some consulates in the United States, they always take like 1 month or 1 month and a half. And if you are doing it here in Spain, it depends on where you live. If you live in Galicia, for example, you will get it in 15 days. But if you do it in some big cities like Madrid or Barcelona, you will have to wait like 3 to 5 months because there are a lot of applicants and it's crowded and it's taking a little bit longer.
Good. What happens if my 90 days that I'm permitted to stay in Spain expire and I have applied for the student visa from within Spain? Should I leave the country?
No, as you have an application that you have submitted for a residency permit here in Spain, you're allowed to stay while the visa is being processed. So you can stay here until it is resolved. And even if I don't know, something is wrong with your application or the administration have not seen documents properly, you can stay here through all the appeal, and you are allowed to stay legally.
What happens if my course lasts longer than 1 year?
So it is not a problem. Right now, we are seeing that if your studies are more than 1 year, they grant the permit for that time. For example, we have a client that was studying a degree here in Madrid for a university, and they granted like 4 years. So it's not a problem. It's, the duration of the permit, it's going to be related with the duration of the course. So
In case of renewal, what requirements must I meet?
So if you want to renew your permit here in Spain, you need to keep studying. If it's related to the studies you have been doing, you can do it like for the normal procedure. You have to wait in the 60 days before the expiration of the card, or you can do it in the 90 after. But if you're going to change the subjects that you are going to do, for example, if you study marketing and you want to change to study law, you need to do it 1 month before the expiration date of the card. So it is important that if you want to renew your permit, you talk to a lawyer, someone that is familiar to this kind of concepts, because it depends on what you're going to do next.
Is there any fine if I apply after my TA card is expired?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. No, you don't have any kind of fee or any kind of back thing. You're not going to get anything. It's in the law. It appears that you might get like a fee, but I've been working like 3 years here in the office, and I have never seen that. And the most common thing is that people they always renew or switch to another permit in the 90 days after the card is expired.
What are the most common mistakes you see in student visa applications?
Well, we have seen a lot, but I think the most common ones are that, for example, when you get the health insurance, you don't have the repatriation clause. Also, if you're coming here, people usually come like 6 months before the study starts. So, as we said before, we cannot do that. It always has to be as maximum 3 months. And also the financial means, as we said, we need to prove that we have 8,400 euros. If we are under that, it's very common that they don't grant it. And I think that's it. And of course, a lot of people try to do a student visa without proving that you have been involved in a study here in Spain.
Can family members accompany the student to Spain?
Yes, you can. They can do it. They can come here with the student, and as we said before, they have to prove for each family member that they own the half of 8,400 euros.
Which is 4,200 euros. Can I obtain permanent residency or Spanish citizenship with a student visa in Spain?
That's a great question. No, if you're doing a student visa, you don't get like that time. There's not much for the Spanish citizenship, and if you are going to do long-term residency, it counts, but half time. So if you have been here for 1 year, it will count like if you have been here for 6 months. So no, it's not ideal. If you're going to start here, I recommend you to switch for a work permit. So because it will count for the Spanish citizenship and for the long-term residency.
Is there a specific timing in which I can modify my student visa into a work permit?
So no, you can do it whenever you want, but the ideal thing is that you have your diploma, your title for the course you have been doing. But for example, you get an offer 3 months before you end your course, you can switch. What we will do is we will ask for the school or the center where you are studying that they grant us a letter saying that you're going to the classes and that you are successfully doing it. So we will attach to the file that certified copy from the students. We don't need to end the course because it would be the ideal thing, but the most common thing is that you get your offer before the expiration of the course. So it's not a problem. We will be handling it and we will figure it out.
What happens if my application of a student visa is denied? What steps should I follow?
Okay, so yes, we can appeal. We can do it either if we are doing it through the consulate or here in Spain. And we have two kind of appeals. Both are valid and they are a little bit slow. They take like 5 months to be resolved in both cases.
Can you stay in Spain while you are appealing?
Yes, you can do it.
So you're an expert in student visas and working as Terna Abogados. What does Terna Abogados can do for student visa applicants that they can't do themselves?
So we really and highly recommend you to have an expert. Why? Because it's a difficult process. Even if you think it's like 5 documents, they always have like their trick, and you have to know how to present that to the administration. They are always trying to put some complications. They are not easy. So I will highly recommend you to have an expert. I don't know, in 1 year we have like 300 of cases, and I think we have never had a denied here. Only when in 2022 there was a change in the law, and some courses that were being valid stopped being it. But we appeal and we won that, and it wasn't because of us, it was because it was a change and everyone was facing that situation. But we always do it, even if it's consulate, even if it's Barcelona, which is a difficult place here in Spain. And we know how to do it. We are used to it. We handle a lot of cases. They all have like their particular things, and it's important to know how to face it, because even if you can stay here for 1 year with the appeal, the ideal thing is that you have your permit granted for the first time and that you can switch and modify and stay here for 10 years, for the whole life you want. And I think that you can only do that if you are being helped by an expert in the material.
So if, for example, your objectives are not only to study in Spain, but to set foot in the country with the objective of staying here longer with a long-term residence eventually obtain a work permit, eventually becoming Spanish, this is something you can really help with, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the most, successful thing for a lawyer, that your client start here and that you help him through all the way uh, to the goal, to get your long term residency or your Spanish citizenship, and that you can stay here. I think that's, yeah, our biggest successful.
Oh, and one more thing. Apparently YouTube says you're gonna love watching this video right here. I think you should watch it.